Hello there, dear YouTubers. My name is King1993, and today is another day of me trying to explain an important part of this game. And the important part of this game, according to the video title, is going to be what main stat you should be select in this game. So without further ado, let's get started again. Okay. So here's the thing. When it comes to the echo, okay, you can definitely see that there is lot of different types of them. There is going to be attack, uh, there is going to be crit rate, there is going to be crit damage. Okay, so the question remains is, when it comes to these 4 cost, 3 cost, and even 1 cost, especially these 4 costs, which one should you be going for? Majority of the people are going to say you should go for crit rate. Majority of the people also says go for crit damage. A very minority of the person actually says go for attack percentage. Now I have my reason, and allow me to explain to you why this is going to be help you in the long run. So that's the whole thing. So in order to explain this, first of all, we have to understand how this game works. So here's the thing. So when it comes to this game calculated in, okay, so when it comes to this game, Wuthering Wave is not going to be the same as Genshin Impact. So what happened in Genshin Impact? So in Genshin Impact, what happens is Genshin ratio is 100 crit rate with 200 crit damage. This is the Genshin crit ratio. Okay, but when it comes to the crit ratio of Withering Wave, the crit ratio of Withering Wave is in the following manner. So it is going to be okay, damage multiply by crit damage Withering Wave. You can see that it was already giving me instruction of what I was looking for. I was looking for within related issue. So what does this mean? It basically means that in the game, okay, in the game, every character by default is automatically given a crit damage percentage of 150. So if you see more than this, it basically means echo main stats or maybe even substats has been added to it. So if you are automatically given a crit damage of 150%, you do not need to focus on crit damage that much. What you should be focusing on is crit rate. Now here is the thing. If you focus on crit rate, then the question automatically that comes into mind is, if I were to select crit rate, that I must need to increase it, then why did I choose attack percentage? Well, here's the thing. There is the subsets, right? And in the subsets, you will be very easily be able to get 9.9% of crit rate very easily. And to say very easily, it is not a stupid statement, it is actually true. And if you continuously do it, you will eventually receive higher quit rate percentage. So the question remains is, if you are already in a place where you have spent a large quantity time in the game and you just have lots of stamina but no place to spend those stamina in, where should you be spending your stamina? You should be spending your stamina in getting characters which will have higher crit rate. Now let's talk about the crit rate percentage here from now on, not the attack percentage or the damage. Okay, so when it comes to the crit rate, how much crit rate can you get? So by default you will get a crit rate of 5% automatically. Okay, so allow me to explain here this character. So this character is already having 5% of crit rate. So every character by default will have a crit rate of 5%. So let's see, let's do the calculation here. If you already have a 5% of crit rate, then what you should be going for? You should be going for next is the weapon. Okay, so in the weapon there are a lot of weapon in this game, and in this lot of weapon, if you were to write here crit rate and you basically go down, you will see that there are a lot of weapon that has crit rate. For example, I have given Emerald of Genesis to rover, female rover, and it has a 24.3%. String Master, it belongs to another one, not for rover. It has a crit rate of 36%. So let's say for by default, majority of the weapon is going to have 24.3% of crit rate. So I will attach this 24.3% of crit rate. Okay, plus 24.3% of crit rate. Okay, so remember 29.3. If you add that 29.3 with majority of the character that you will be upgrading will have a crit rate of 9.9%. So if you let's see, 9.9 into 5 times, then how much you will get? You will get up to 20, sorry, 49.5% plus the previous one, which was 29.3. So how much it is? It is 78.8%. So you will by default automatically will be easily be able to get 78.8% of crit rate very easily. So according to the calculation based on this factor here, what you should be going for is a rate ratio of 70 by 240 or 70 by 140. So the crit rate and the crit damage ratio you should be going for is 1 by 2 or 1 by 3. Okay, so I already have this. Okay, so my crit ratio should already be 1 by 2 in a few days later, because I will eventually upgrade all of my echoes, which will be able to have the crit rate in the substats. Okay, so I already have these two. Now I should be going for these three. So if I were to get these other three, okay, I think this one also has crit rate. So if I were to get these two, then I should be able to have a lot more. So the overall question remains is, okay, if those are the thing, then I can totally understand. But what about the damage output? If you are asking for the damage output, well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that so that you don't get confused. So in this game, you will get damage output. So if you already get damage output, where should you be looking for? You should be going for this place here and then see what each character is capable of doing. So when it comes to damage, this normal attack damage, the fourth stage damage or continuous fourth attack is going to be 130% of damage output. So what is this 130% of damage output? It is basically like whatever attack percentage you have, multiply that attack with this, you can automatically get a large quantity of damage output from here. So which is why I will not be calculating this one. I will be directly calculating this attack percentage. Okay, so this attack, not attack percentage, this attack. So what is the attack amount here? The attack amount here is 2935. Okay, so according to the Wuthering Wave calculation, it should be attack percentage is not the main thing here, it is the damage percentage. But just for less sophistication, I will just show you the attack percentage, what happens if it gets multiplied. So if you already have this, okay, and then you will multiply this with 181.2 divided by 100. So this is the one that you will get. You will have to add this with this attack here. Okay, so how much it is? It is 2935. So overall your attack will be increasing up to 3 times. So if your attack increases up to 3 times, then you will definitely get overall a lot more damage output. Which is why if you can already get a large quantity of damage output just from this crit damage, and the attack percentage, you should not be going for crit rate. So what basically I'm saying is, when it comes to getting your character maximum damage output, you can go for crit damage on the top or attack percentage on the top, okay, but do not go for crit rate on the top, because you will get large quantity of crit rate just from the substats and from the weapon. So I highly recommend that you don't go for crit rate for any of these character in the game, because the overall ratio is going to be a lot more lower than you actually thought. If you are automatically getting a crit rate of 150, okay, for example, sorry, crit, not crit rate, crit damage. If you are automatically getting a crit damage of 150 by default, and you will get a little bit more from substats, you can also feel the need to not upgrade your attack, sorry, your crit damage even higher, okay. You should also not be going for this one, because if you were to go for this one, your attack percentage is going to go down. What you should be going for is higher attack percentage with additional crit damage percentage, okay. And the main substats that you should be going for is going to be crit rate with a higher crit rate percentage of like 9.9. So according to the substats of the echo, okay, echo substats, when it comes to the echo substats, you can basically see from this place here what happens. So when it comes to the crit rate of the substats, you can get a maximum of 10.5 and the lowest amount of 6.3. So let's calculate that again. So if 6.3 multiply by 5, it is going to be this, plus and another additional 5 for every character, plus another 24.3, you can easily get a crit rate of 60%. Crit rate over 50% is a lot more better in this game. Like 75% is the highest amount in this game, which will be able to benefit you. But even if you were to get a crit rate of 60.8%, it is still a lot better. But if you were to get a crit rate of 100, sorry, 10.5 into 5 plus another 24.3 plus another 5 from the character, 81.8%. So if you get a maximum of 81.8% from the substats and the weapon and from the character 5%, that is still a lot. You do not need over 75% in this game, okay. So you do not need over 75% in this game, but if you get a little bit more as extra, don't worry about that. But don't go for 100% crit rate. It is going to cause a huge headache, and you will not be getting the maximum of amount of damage output. So this is my recommendation of which substats and main stats you should be going for in this game. So if you think, okay, is my rover, why is my rover still Spectra and not uh, Havoc yet? Well, I will be changing this character later, but I'm still winning battles against the Tower of Adversity, so I have not changed that. That's the main reason I haven't changed it. So at the end of the day, if you think that my calculation was okay, then please let me know. And if you think my calculation was bogus, which part of it bogus, please let me know, and give me some examples, so that in my next video I might correct myself, because when it comes to calculations, I'm not very good at, because there was an important part that I have not calculated yet. And what was that? It was this thing here. So if I were to give you even higher damage output of real world, okay, it is gonna be even higher, because not from the dodge. Let's say if you were to do a 4-stage attack on the enemy using rover, then it should be a lot more higher, because this is 130%, okay. So let's do the math again. 130% into how much was it, this, okay, into 2935 divided by 100. So this is the attack plus this 2 9 3 5. So this is the overall the attack with percentage and overall calculation. Now if you were to multiply this, okay, multiply this with this one here, 181.2, this is the amount you get. You have to divide it by 100, whichever number you are getting. Now you need to add this with the previous number, which was 6,000 something, like 6,000, for example 6,000. So overall this is the overall whole damage output you are getting using this crit damage, attack percentage, and even from this place here as well, with the 4 consecutive attack on the enemy. So if you are getting about 18k damage from your rover, you can definitely bet that the damage is going to be even higher when it comes to this uh, resonance skill, or even higher in this, what is this called, liberation. So if you find this video interesting, please let me know. So goodbye, stay safe, and see you again next time.